Hey guys, as I film this, it is currently Thursday, May 30th, 2019. This is my bobblehead collection video for 2018. This is a recap video I do once every unboxing video for every bobblehead I've gotten the previous year has published. Sorry it took even longer to get this one out. The year's pretty much halfway over. We're in June now, or when you'll be seeing this video, it should be June. And yeah, so I got a ton of bobbleheads in 2018, and so much that I'm running out of room to put in places. They're kind of scattered all around, so we're going to be doing things a little different this year. I used to just like show the entire collection and tell you which one I got for that year. This year we're just going to do a little, like a slideshow, because my bobbleheads from 2018 are all over the place. I have another video planned, so hopefully I can film that before the end of the year. That's the plan, at least, where I'm not going to spoil you, so stay tuned for that and see what I mean. But this is the bobblehead recap video, so we're just going to like show a slideshow of the bobbleheads. I'm going to talk about them for a little bit. You'll see every bobblehead I add to my collection through 2018. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first bobblehead I got in 2018 was of Chris Collinsworth, former Bengals wide receiver during the 1980s. One of the best Bengals receivers in the history of the franchise. This was distributed by Forever Collectibles, and I got this, I want to say through Lids. They were having a sale, so I ordered it online, and then they shipped it to the store for free, so that's how I got that bobblehead. That was the first one I got for 2018. Then the second bobblehead I got was Byron Larkin and Joe Sunderman, a double bobblehead. They are the Xavier University men's basketball team broadcasters. My fiance and I went to a basketball game in 2018 season. It was, I think, Valentine's Day actually, so that was our Valentine's Day date, which is, for me, I loved it. A basketball game and bobblehead day, so yeah, that's where we got these bobbleheads. I think they were given out to the first 3,000 fans in attendance, and the Musketeers, I think they won that game as well, so it was a good night. Bobbleheads, Valentine's Day, Xavier wins. The next bobblehead I got was the Scooter Gennett 4-home run commemorative bobblehead. I got this from the Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum. Scooter had hit 4 home runs in a big win over the St. Louis Cardinals during the 2017 season. I think it was the 2017 season, and the Reds, or the Bobblehead Hall of Fame, had this bobblehead made of Scooter. Very cool, very symbolic. Has a big 4 on the base. You can see there. It's actually holding 4 baseball bats, even though it looks like 3, all to commemorate this 4 home run game over the St. Louis Cardinals. After that, I went to Universal Studios with my fiance last year. One of the souvenirs I got was a mini Spider-Man bobblehead. So waiting for the Reds to give out a Spider-Man bobblehead, but as a substitute and as a souvenir, I got this mini Spider-Man bobblehead from Universal Studios in Orlando Resort, because I love Marvel, and Universal's a blast, so I highly recommend you go. And they had this Marvel area, which I was in love with. That's where I got the bobblehead. After that, it was the Chuck Harmon bobblehead. This was a Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum member exclusive bobblehead. That's pretty much the reason why I joined the Reds Hall of Fame, to get this bobblehead, because it was selling outrageously expensive on eBay. So I joined the Reds Hall of Fame, and you get this bobblehead. And the membership I joined, the tier I'm at, I got the membership exclusive bobblehead, as well as the first 2 bobbleheads they gave out that season. So I got Chuck Harmon and 2 others. And the perks of the Reds Hall of Fame Museum made me renew my membership this season. So yeah, definitely a great benefit. A lot of great benefits if you join, and you get this awesome Chuck Harmon bobblehead, the first ever Chuck Harmon bobblehead that the Reds or the Reds Hall of Fame had given out. And as I said, it was the 2018 member exclusive bobblehead. After that, it was a Chris Sabo Reds Hall of Fame and Museum bobblehead. This one celebrated his 1988 Rookie of the Year award. This was one of the free bobbleheads I got with my membership. And yeah, anytime you get a bobblehead of Spuds, especially his Rookie of the Year bobblehead, can't pass that up. After that, it was Ernie Lombardi, a Reds Hall of Fame catcher, a 1940 World Series champ. This was another Reds Hall of Fame and Museum bobblehead. Came with my membership. It was Harmon, Sabo, and Lombardi. Some other memberships, the more expensive membership, the more bobbleheads you get, so you can actually get all of them if you buy the more expensive membership. And there are also additional perks, but the one I got, Lombardi, came included. I'm very glad they did. I've been wanting them to make a bobblehead of Lombardi for a long time, and yeah, this was the first Ernie Lombardi Reds bobblehead that I had seen. After that, I got a Edinson Volquez bobblehead. This was originally given out by the Reds in 2009, I believe, and he was the fan vote bobblehead, I think. That year they had Joey Votto, Jay Bruce, Brandon Phillips, and Volquez, I think, won the fan vote. And I did not get this one, and I ended up seeing it at a half-price books last year. So 9 years later, I see this 2009 bobblehead in a half-price books, picked it up for my collection, and yeah, it looks good. After that, it was a double bobblehead of Johnny Vandermeer, the only pitcher in Major League history to throw back-to-back no-hitters, a record that will probably, it could be tied but will never be broken because you got to throw 3 no-hitters in a row. This was the first ever Reds Johnny Vandermeer bobblehead, and this is another guy I've been wanting them to make a bobblehead of for a long time. So the Reds Hall of Fame came through, and yeah, the double bobblehead looks good. Now you can, the way they had it set up is you can have both Vandermeers facing opposite directions, so they'd be back to back. The gray one you actually screw onto the base, the white one's actually planted on there. I like to have them both face the same way, and because I like to see, I think that looks better on display, so that's why I have my Vandermeer bobblehead like that. After that, it was Captain America, Steve Rogers. This was the Reds Marvel bobblehead that they gave out this year, or last year. The year before was Iron Man and Rocket Raccoon, but this year is Captain America. It was through a special ticket package, so as I said, I'm a huge Marvel fan, huge superhero fan in general, so I had to pick this bobblehead up for my collection. Then I got the Scooter on a Scooter bobblehead. So yeah, it was the 2017 season. Scooter hit that. There's 4 home runs in 1 game. The Reds gifted him with a scooter, and I think he actually ended up donating it or putting up the auction, and then the proceeds went to the Reds Community Fund or something. But this was the bobblehead the Reds gave out, and it was of Scooter on the scooter. Very cool bobblehead. Has some good weight to it actually, so I picked that one up as well. After that, it was Rosie Red, the first ever Stadium Giveaway bobblehead of Rosie Red the Reds have ever done. She is the female mascot of the Reds. There's also Mr. Redlegs, Mr. Red, and Gapper. As I said, this was the first ever Red Stadium Giveaway bobblehead of Rosie Red, the first Rosie Red bobblehead I ever received, so definitely wanted to get this game to get this bobblehead of Rosie. And then after that, I got a bobblehead of Austin Kearns from my local card shop. I think this was on National Baseball Card Day, so if you went, you got free baseball cards, and I saw this Austin Kearns bobblehead there, so I was missing Kearns. It was for a good price, picked it up, and that's how I got Austin Kearns. This one was given out in 2003, I think, so it took me about 15 years to finally get my hands on this one. After that, we went to, that was actually the same day, we went to the Reds game, and before that, we went to the Reds Hall of Fame Museum. I got the Tom Browning on a building bobblehead. This was from a game when the Reds were playing the Cubs in Chicago. I think it was like 1993. He went across the street and perched himself up on this building. Actually, during the game, the cameraman caught him and became like an iconic moment in Reds history. So the Reds Hall of Fame celebrated by giving out a bobblehead of Tom Browning. It's actually the second Browning bobblehead I had. The first one was, I think it was his 20-year anniversary, a perfect game bobblehead that they gave out in 08. So they celebrated this one, I think 15-year, or I don't know how many years, I'm bad at math. Anyway, they gave out this bobblehead of Tom Browning on the building to celebrate him doing that, and it was a really cool bobblehead, so I had to pick it up. After that, I went to my local card shop again, got a Felipe Lopez bobblehead. Oh no, this one was from eBay, I think, yeah. This was from, eBay. This was given out in 2006. Lopez, he had a good start with the Reds, kind of fizzled out. That's why they gave out a bobblehead of him in 2006. And it was one I missed out, so I had to pick it up. Got it on eBay for a really good price. After that, it was Scott Schebler. Now, Schebler struggling a lot in 2019. The Reds actually sent him down to AAA Louisville to play at the Riverbats. And he was actually the fan vote bobblehead last season, believe it or not. So that's why they gave out a bobblehead of Scott Schebler. He had a pretty decent year last year before he got hurt, but this year has been another story. Hopefully he puts it all together in AAA. After that, it was a double bobblehead of 2 Bengals legends, Ken Anderson and Anthony Munoz. Anderson, of course, one of the best quarterbacks in franchise history. Munoz, arguably the greatest player in franchise history, a football Hall of Famer. The Florence Freedom minor league baseball team in the Frontier League, it gave out this bobblehead, and it's like a 10-15 minute drive from where I live, so of course we made the drive to that stadium, went to the game, and got the double bobblehead of Kenny Anderson and Anthony Munoz, a really cool bobblehead. After that, I got a bobblehead of Houday. This is the Cincinnati Bengals mascot, and it is the only Cincinnati Bengals mascot bobblehead that I have ever seen. This was made by Forever Collectibles, and I actually drove to another local card shop in the area. This one was way up north, well, not way up north, it was a good drive north of Cincinnati. So we went there, got this bobblehead, and really, really happy. It looks great, and it's as I said, the only bobblehead of Houday, the Bengals mascot, I've ever seen. And then after that, I got a bobblehead of Blue, the Indianapolis Colt. I went to the Bengals-Colts game that opened the 2018 season. I have family who live in Indianapolis, but they're Bengal fans. Obviously, I'm a Bengals fan, so my fiance and I, my parents, we all drove up to Indianapolis to watch the game with my cousins and my uncle. And I picked up this bobblehead of Blue, the Indianapolis Colts mascot, as a souvenir. And of course, the Bengals won in thrilling fashion. They won 34-23. It was a little dicey there, but Clayton Treadwell put this game on ice with a scoop and score toward the end of the game. After that, I got a bobblehead of Sister Jean. The Loyola University Ramblers basketball team went on that incredible Final Four run. I have a cousin who actually goes to Loyola. He knows I collect bobbleheads, him and his parents do, so they sent me this bobblehead of Sister Jean. That's why I have a Sister Jean bobblehead in my collection. This was actually given out by the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame Museum. And then after that, we have a pair of eBay purchases. The first one is of Sam Weish, former Bengals player and coach. Took the Bengals to a Super Bowl. He had that famous line when people were throwing snowballs on the field, he'd say, "You don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati." And yeah, so I don't know where this bobblehead came from. I didn't even know there was a Sam Weish bobblehead that existed, but I saw it on eBay, picked it up, and I got a bobblehead of Sam Weish in the collection because of it. The other eBay purchase that came with the Sam Weish bobblehead was of Anthony Munoz. This is the only single bobblehead of Anthony Munoz I've ever seen. I have that double bobblehead, but as Munoz just by himself, this is the only one I have ever seen. As I said, arguably the greatest Bengals player of all time. This was given out by a bank, and yeah, so when I saw this, I had to pick it up because, as I said, the only Munoz single bobblehead I've ever seen, and he's the greatest Bengal in the history of the team. After that, I got another Bengals bobblehead. It was of Corey Dillon. He was probably the best player on the team during the dark ages of the 1990s. He was the rushing leader for, I think he set the single game rushing record for a little bit. I think he'll probably get into Pro Football Hall of Fame. His numbers suggest that he deserves a spot in there, but yeah, so this was a bobblehead I got on eBay for a decent price. I think it was originally made by Forever Collectibles. After that, I got a bobblehead of Bronson Arroyo. This one was given out in, I think, 2007 maybe? Yeah, so Arroyo, I think we got him in 06, had a fantastic year for the Reds. We got him from the Red Sox, and he became a fan favorite, was one of the best pitchers on the Reds starting rotation. So they gave out a bobblehead of Bronson the following season and had his trademark leg kick featured on there. And then that was from the Antique Mall that we have here in Cincinnati. And I also got another bobblehead that day from the Antique Mall. It was of Aaron Harang. This one was also given out in 2007. He had a decent career with the Reds. Very reliable pitcher for the Reds. I think his last year with the team was 2010. That was the first season they made the playoffs since '95. And yeah, the Reds gave out this bobblehead of Aaron Harang in 2007. Another one I missed out and needed for my collection. And then I got a bobblehead of William Opeña. I think this one came from a local card shop, one of my local card shops in the area. This was given out in 2005, and I think it was part of the Bronson Arroyo trade, actually. So yeah, nothing really happened with William Opeña. The Reds just gave out a bobblehead of him. And again, another one I needed for the collection. And then after that, this was a bobblehead I got on Black Friday. This was of Johnny Gomes. This was a very cool bobblehead. They gave this out in 2011. And he used to have this very long batting ritual. Every time he stepped in the box, he would adjust his gloves, his elbow pads, wiggle his helmet like 1,000 times. So to mimic that, they gave out a bobblehead where his arm was attached to the helmet and was on a spring. So every time you bobbled the head, it looked like his arm was adjusting the helmet. Very cool feature, very cool bobblehead of a very popular player during his time with the Reds. And then after that, I got a bobblehead of Eugenio Suarez, but it was a Los Rojos bobblehead of Eugenio Suarez. The Reds gave this out last season, and I did not go to the game because I already have a Suarez bobblehead, but a good buddy of mine on Twitter, RedSaint63, give him a follow on Twitter. We hung out at Red Sox for a little bit, talked to each other, and I saw him that Friday. He said he wanted to give me a bobblehead, so he showed up the next day, Saturday, and he gave me this awesome Los Rojos Eugenio Suarez bobblehead. It's a very, very cool bobblehead. It says Los Rojos on the front of the jersey. Has a bunch of South American flags all around the face, and it looks great. And yeah, so thank you again, RedSaint63, for hooking me up with this bobblehead. And then after that, the next bobblehead I got was of Harry Wright. This guy is pretty much the father of professional baseball. He's the one who made the Reds' first ever professional team in 1869 when he started paying his players. And the Reds Hall of Fame gave out this bobblehead around Christmas time. in 2018. If you made a donation to the Reds Hall of Fame 150th Anniversary Legacy Campaign, you got this bobblehead as well as a Cincinnati Redlegs stocking. So I made the donation, I think it was like 15 bucks. It was a good deal. You got the bobblehead and you got the stocking. So I was more excited about the bobblehead than the stocking, obviously, and it looks great. And then the next bobblehead I got was of Redlegs the Snowman. This was a very cool bobblehead, a great idea I thought that the Reds had. Usually they gave out nutcrackers if you bought these Christmas ticket packages, and my fiance got me one for Christmas. She got us 4 ticket vouchers for the Handlebar Club in Great American Ballpark, which is awesome. All you can eat food, great view of the stadium. And so anyway, with the ticket packages, you also got this free Redlegs the Snowman bobblehead, and yeah, so thanks to her, I got this for Christmas, and it looks great. I hope they do this again next year, maybe like making Gapper look like the abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something. And then the last bobblehead I got in 2018 was of Wally Post. He is a Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer, and this is actually made, I think, by Forever Collectibles, and it had nothing to do with the Reds or the Reds Hall of Fame Museum. This was actually part of a fundraiser for his family, as I think he passed away from cancer, so to help raise money for cancer research, there's a fundraiser, and they had these limited edition Wally Post bobbleheads made. I ended up picking up one online, and yeah, so yeah, I think there's only like 720 of these made, so yeah, that's how I got a Wally Post Cincinnati Reds bobblehead in my collection. And yeah, so those are all the bobbleheads I got in my collection for the year 2018. If you like this video, feel free to give a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, check out my website, cincyfanzone.blogspot.com. Every video on my YouTube channel is over there. I write posts, I have photos from various sporting events I go to, autographs, and of course, every bobblehead in my collection is on the bobblehead page, so make sure you check that out. And give me a follow on Twitter and on Instagram. Both of those are at Cincy Fan Zone. Links to both of those are in the description below. The easiest and fastest way to get updates on my website, and I give sneak peeks of what I have in my collection. And yeah, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed the Bobblehead Collection 2018 recap video. And yeah, see you again for the 2019 recap video, hopefully. As always, guys, thanks for watching.